Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Eric Johnson Jr. and for those who haven't seen my channel before, I try to do all things racing. So if you like racing content, be sure to go down below, hit the subscribe button, that way you don't miss any future videos. Listen, this morning, or I guess now this afternoon, I'm here in our race shop. Some of you may recognize the space behind me, some of you may not, and some of you may not recognize some of the cars behind me, like this one, which we're gonna get into. But I just wanted to kind of acknowledge here before I even get into anything else. I know it's been a while since I've done some of these videos. You know, when I started, I loved shooting these videos, documenting things as I go. Unfortunately, some of the racing I've been doing for the last couple years kind of restricts me from doing so. So now I am back. I am trying to make some more of these videos. I miss doing them. I've heard some feedback that folks want to see them, so here we are. Coming up, you may have already seen it in the video's title, but this coming weekend I'm going to be taking that legend car on the lift behind me, which I'll show you here in a second, over to Wenatchee, Washington for the Cars Tour West race, and we're going to be running it. So very excited about it. I'm very excited to get back to this kind of content, but let's get into the cars. So some things have changed here in the shop lately. You may notice some things are not here, some things are here that weren't here before, so on and so forth. So let's just kind of acknowledge the elephant in the room. I don't have a late model here anymore. Some of you guys may recognize that from videos before. We sold the late model, which allowed us to take that money and go get a legend car. So this is my brand new 2026 INEX US legend car. This legend car behind me, which I wanted to make sure I show you guys up close, is really neat because for me, I'm the only one in here that's working on these cars, and when I go to the track, sometimes I'm the only one there working on them too. And when I have a late model, that can be really hard to do on your own, right? And that's just circumstances as it is. It gets expensive to have help, plus those cars are more expensive to run. And with the legend here, it just becomes easier to justify. That's literally all it comes down to for us to be switching. That's really the main reason behind the switch was, one, these cars just cost less to run. And for me, as somebody trying to get additional seat time, it was a no-brainer. But also, you just don't need the help. Whether starting here in the shop, I can do everything on this car myself, all the way to the loading and then at the track. So yeah, really enjoying this thing so far. For anyone who follows us closely on social media, you may have seen I've already run this car at places like the Vegas Road Course, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Bull Ring, other things of that sort. However, now this weekend, I'm gonna be running this at Wenatchee, and I plan to run it this week, or I should say this year, at other tracks up here in the northwest corner, now that it's here at the home base in our Woodland, Washington race shop. So big props to Dustin Ash. He was really the force behind getting this car done for us. It turned out incredible. It is a beautiful build. It is 100% new, which is a first for me ever, having a brand new car. And I'm really enjoying it, learning how to work on these things, getting it ready for races like this weekend. And I plan to use it at similar races in the future, just slowly kind of working my way into things. In addition to the legend car, you're probably wondering, why the heck is there an ARCA car in our shop? Which is a valid question to ask if you recognize the car. So yes, this is a real ARCA car sitting in the shop. Am I gonna be racing this car? No, I am not. The whole purpose behind this car and what I'm currently working on completing it as is it is gonna live to be a 100% show-ready show car for us, given we do a lot of events with sponsors. For example, Pacific Office Automation here on the hood. That is one way we utilize the partnership with them, is we take our cars in the past, some of our real race cars, and we put them on display at employee events and things of that sort. And so now we were lucky enough, Jerry had a car he was ready to get rid of, was looking for somebody to take it or scrap it, and it just so worked out perfectly that we were able to take that off of his hands. Huge thanks to Jerry for that, and just making this possible for us, because it was going to be hard to justify the purchase of a show car, but given this one was going to the scrapyard, yeah, I'm really happy that it survived, and a piece of NASCAR history is going to live on as a show car. So big shout out to Charlie Wall, or I should say Off the Wall Wraps, out of the Vegas area, for helping get both of these cars to look the way they do. I've been working on getting this thing stickered up, but he did the base wraps for us on both the Legend and the ARCA car, and does our current ARCA wraps as well. So they always look fantastic, and that's because of him. So kudos for that. Lastly, I got to finish getting this thing ready to go as it is. So My goal right now is I got to get this thing on scales. I got to baseline it where it's at, just so I got some notes for Vegas. And then I'm going to get it prepped for Wenatchee, which includes a little bit of setup change, a little bit of, I got to do a gear change and an oil change, stuff of that sort. Nothing outrageous, but there is some work to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get after that. I'm sure you guys will see some clips here, and then we will get over to the racetrack. Car's all ready to rock. We got a good feeling. But now we wait. Well, don't mind the crazy hair. I'll do my best to fill you guys in. Sorry, it's super loud. But just finished up practice and qualifying. The first practice, felt like we were a little tight center, started over rotating off pretty bad. So made some changes, as I probably showed, and then gonna go ahead and make another small change in that same direction here after qualifying. We're still looking for a little bit more speed. So getting ready to go for our first race of 2 this weekend. Not really sure what to expect. I think I'm starting 8th. Gonna make all I can on the start, but pretty competitive top 5 here. So gonna mind my P's and Q's, try to survive to tomorrow. See if this change helps, but let's go ahead and make the change and then get out there for the race. beautiful sunset in the background. A little quieter. Everyone's left now. I've been working on the car just a little bit tonight, and then I'm going to come back in the morning and just nut and bolt it. But overall, now that it's quieter, I can give you a little bit of a rundown. I felt like today went pretty well. Being here on my own, my initial thoughts, we unloaded better than I thought, just going to a new place without much idea. That we were a lot closer than I thought we were going to be, just a couple tenths off of, the fastest guy, and then just nitpicked it all day. And we weren't the fastest in the race. I'm sure it'll show in the video, but just struggled a little bit coming out to the wall when I had to, especially when I had to be underneath somebody or try to turn under someone. So the wheel input just kind of exaggerated the issue, and it showed on exit. But so gonna go home, watch some video. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction for the morning. But other than that, no big hiccups really. My goal was top 5 for the night, and we did that, finished 5th. Felt like we were doing really good on those starts, and then that last start, the leader on the outside lane kind of botched his momentum, checked up the lane, and then the 5th place car did a good job at filling the hole, and I had to slot in and give the spot up. So wound up 5th. I think we were probably a 6th or 7th place car, so 5th is pretty good, all things considered, especially just being out here on my own trying to figure it out. Big shout out to Dustin Ash, for his help from afar. If I have any questions, he's been quick to answer, so appreciate that. I'm enjoying myself. That's kind of the biggest message here. So beautiful night, cars in one piece, kind of hard to complain, in that situation. Obviously I want to be better. I think we're just a little tick or two of comfort or driving this thing, a little bit more drivability, I should say, away from being able to kind of run with these guys up front. But as far as today goes, walking away pretty happy. Day 1 in the books. So I'm going to head back to the hotel, get some sleep, and I'll see you guys all in the morning. Can't help but stop and appreciate this view. I might be overhyping something here that a lot of folks probably have seen a million times, but I myself have only been to Wenatchee one other time, and I did not remember it being that pretty. So, all right, off to the hotel.
Well, good morning, guys. I'm sitting here at the hotel, got a nice little view, got some breakfast this morning, and I was sitting down looking at the video from last night, and man, I don't know if I've already mentioned it, maybe done some voiceover stuff throughout the race video, but last night I got out of the car kind of thinking I knew we needed to build a little bit more drivability out of the corner for sure. I was struggling to get the power down, and in my mind I kind of figured that might have been from the wheel input that I had in at center. But I really, just looking at the video, I was talking to Dustin this morning, and I think I just need to tighten this car up a little bit. So obviously it's wrapping the bottom pretty good. It felt like anytime, watching the video, anytime I'd put any wheel input in it at all, it just kind of, step out. So definitely got to build to have a little bit more drivability. Gonna try to tighten it up a little bit with little cross, little spring change this morning, so when I get to the track I'll dive into that and get it ready to go. But we got 2 practices today, qualifying session and a race session, so we should have plenty of time to get the car dialed. I feel pretty good about what direction we need to go with it now after watching the video. Just, it's eye-opening to me seeing the video. Man, it just goes to show how big of a tool that can be. Even was just telling Dustin, I'm like, I wish I could have video in the ARCA card just to kind of have that second chance review where it's not just going off of what you remember sticking out to you, but really just the true watch the whole corner, right? Sometimes you get false reads, so definitely something I'm still working on with my lack of experience, trying to make sure that camera died on me. But yeah, no, just something I'm still working on, making sure that I fully break down everything and not just focusing on what's standing out to me in the heat of the moment. So it's a perfect example, just kind of taking that extra minute to review everything and then make sure you're going in the right direction. That way we're not making life harder for ourselves. So yeah, I feel good. Day 2, main event tonight. Having a good time, just enjoying how easy this is with these cars, but I think we're gonna have a decent shot if I can make this thing drive just a little bit better for tonight. So stay tuned.
We just about to pull into the track. You know, it's kind of crazy. I don't remember Wenatchee being such so close to like a residential area. It's literally like tucked in behind a neighborhood, which is kind of funny, but built up on the hill that overlooks the city. So I guess folks just are aware of what they're around up here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to get going here. I was really surprised in yesterday's race. I guess maybe I just got too used to Vegas where it's such a bottom feeder. But man, was there a second groove I felt like yesterday. You could really use that to your advantage if you were on somebody's top side, which was really nice to see. I really enjoy places like that. And I actually don't mind lining up here on the outside on the starts. It's almost kind of where I want to be in certain situations, like yesterday where I knew if I had too much wheel into it, it was going to upset it off. So that kind of worked out to our favor. Good little mental note for today, but just going to get in there, make some changes. Not a ton, but just trying to take note and take my time. That way I know kind of where I'm at for my baseline, and then go out and see if we a little better in practice. So pretty excited, pulling into the gates now. Literally, I'm sure when I started this clip I was driving through a neighborhood, and now I'm at the track. So pretty crazy. Anyways, see you guys in a few. Finally going the right direction. I went a little bit more here for second practice, but I am just killing the chip right now, and I think that talking around, I might need to change gear. Found someone that has what I need. It's a welded gear instead of what I have right now, which is the typical school. But might have to make a decision here soon after this session if I need to change gear or not, because I'm into it about halfway down the straightaway right now. So I'm gonna go out, see if handling's better in this one, and then make the call before qualifying. lined up after qualifying. Man, I had no idea we only get one lap. I came into one, scrubbed my tires. I come into 3. I kind of lift early, trying to set myself up. And I'm coming towards the line thinking, here we go. Got ourselves a good lap going. And I see the checker. So my heart kind of sunk. I knew I was screwed at that point. So we're starting 12th. Not at all where I think we should be. You know, I think we're close to, you know, about a 5th place car from what I can tell. Somewhere between that and 8th. And if we get a little bit of luck or can make some racing stuff happen, I might even be a little better than that. So I got my work cut out for me. I was able to swap some tires around. I was trying to get creative on the gear situation, and I managed to get that squared away. Luckily, just had a big set of tires on the front. Was able to swap them around and kind of adjust for the difference in stagger. And I think we actually got the car pretty good. I think I got it working pretty good now. And gear is a lot closer to where it needed to be. So for the race, I'm just going to focus on trying to find my way forward, take holes when I get them, and we'll stay where we can get, try to bring it home in one piece. But yeah, pretty good feeling out here, having a lot of fun, but not at all what I wanted in qualifying. So it's a bummer. We only get so many chances to really practice that even, you know what I mean? I was really looking forward to just having a shot at it, and just didn't even get to make really good use of it. So anyways, what do you do? Moving on. Okay, so while I'm editing this, I'm realizing it's probably a good idea to point out I don't have a spotter, which some of the field did. I think at least half the field did. So I'm really relying on my mirrors in situations where I'm side by side. These cars are technically open wheel. I guess if you say, you know, we get together, it's going to get ugly. So I really got to be mindful of when somebody is next to me, especially on my outside where it's harder to see them. So just kind of pointing out here, sometimes I got to look in my mirrors and make sure I leave enough room. Alright, well I just wanted to jump in here while I have the time. The late models are out there running after we just finished our race, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with how the weekend went. Wound up 7th, which obviously you always want to win, but I also look up and I know I'm racing a lot of guys that have a lot of laps of this place. I've never really been here, let alone in a Legend, so you know, just kind of taking it with a grain of salt, and also knowing I'm here by myself trying to figure it out is a different challenge, but I really enjoyed the challenge. I think it was a lot of fun. It goes to show you don't need a lot of help to run these cars, right? It's doable on your own. It's in an inexpensive form of racing, which is what, you know, we need more of. So I'm all for it. I got a lot of laps. Car's in good shape. I don't even need to put a pair of bumpers on it, which is pretty shocking. So I feel like we had a lot of good racing moments, raced people really hard, got a couple good restarts. I think we should have shuffled out to about 5th, but the front row really bottled it up on that last start, which we got the brunt of, lost a few spots on the bottom and just couldn't make them all back. So what do you do? Unfortunately, I was kind of free all weekend. I chased it. I went the wrong way at first and then finally started going the right way, and then I think it just lost the center cut there. I'm gonna have to watch video. That's a good thing about the videos. It'll tell me the truth, but right now in my notes, just I felt like I lost the turn there at center, and then it just built kind of over-rotating off if I picked up the throttle too hard. So, you know, in the future I'll make some notes. That way I can roll the center a little bit better and get off harder. That would be the ideal thing, but I just went to defense mode there in the end and raced those guys hard but clean and brought home 7th. So hard to complain. I'm gonna go home, go through this thing, take some notes. I already got a lot of notes from the changes I made this weekend, and then we'll go to the next one. I'm really enjoying this racing. It's good seat time. There's no reason not to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to make this into the best video I can. I have no idea how it's gonna turn out, but I'll do what I can with it. I'm gonna go watch some late model racing here before getting all loaded up, and then making the solo trek back home. You know, one thing I will add is, you know, there's the 43 car here, got the 11 car behind me, the 20 car, the 21 car. Some of these guys around, I really got to give props to these Northwest Legend guys. They really took care of me, checked on me, really nice, helped me get something to eat throughout the day. They were offering me food, drinks. I mean, that's just really nice. I'm used to a lot more kind of walls up, dog-eat-dog racing, and it's nice when you can be somewhere where everyone just kind of feels like, you know, we're here to help each other. You know, yes, we're racing each other, but everyone wants to have a good time, and that was really enjoyable. So big thanks to those folks. Big shout out to the Cars Tour for what they're doing. It's a lot of fun to be a part of these events. A lot of the drivers are really stout, and that was a lot of the conversation I had this weekend. A lot of folks asking, what's the difference between the ARCA stuff to this? And honestly, as far as competition is concerned, there's just as much talent as this level as there is in ARCA, if not more. You know, we're just the ones that were lucky enough to have the opportunity to go run that level. And it's really fun and humbling at times to come down here and run with these local guys that just grind it out, and they learn these places and they do their homework, and that's just a really fun challenge, one I really enjoyed this weekend and look forward to doing more of. So just stay tuned, let us know what races you want us to go to in the future, and we'll just try to keep you guys posted on when the next ones are. Anyways, I'm gonna go watch some racing. Well, that super race was something. My wallet, let's just say, was happy we weren't in that one. That was a lot of tore up race cars. I think they started like 26 cars. They ended it with 10 total on track, I believe, and not even that many on the lead lap, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely a lot of cautions, a lot of red flags, a lot of tore up race cars, but a lot of hard racing. And I think it's, you know, if you look at the positive, you know, with the cars tour and what they're doing, like the car count's obviously there, the eyeballs are obviously there, the fans packed the stands tonight. That was super cool to see. Even in the legend racing, like, it's really competitive, and that's really exciting. So yeah, a lot of people got their stuff tore up tonight. I'm sure all those teams will be back though. Yeah, you know, for me, it was just glad I was on this side of the fence for this one, watching it at the end. And but yeah, that's the cool thing with the legend stuff. You know, you still get to be a little bit of a race fan. Was rooting for my boy Cole there, and then obviously he got caught up in the end. For those who watched, he led a lot of laps, had a good car, and then got tore up. So he's got a similar story to some for sure tonight. But now we're in the trailer crapshoot, if you will. Just waiting here to get in and get loaded up and get out of here, get back home. Not sure if there's gonna be anything left of this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it out here. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to give me a comment down below saying so and what you'd like to see more of. You know, just kind of flying solo on this one, and as far as the racing goes, and then you know, as far as the video goes, just taking a little bit of a different approach here, trying to change things up, give you guys a little bit different content, and hopefully there's someone out there that enjoys it. If not, at least I can go back and watch it in the future, right? So all in all, a lot of fun. Excited to get back home. My face feels sandblasted from being up here on top of the mountain. I was freezing. Feels good to be in the heat of the truck, and I am starving, so I gotta go find some food. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Till then, have a good one.